really looking forward to speaking to you all about Gradcracker, introducing you to some features and some tools on the website that you can all be using now to start your job hunting journey. Gradcracker is a lot more than just a jobs board. We've got so much information on there. So whether you're a first year student or you're a final year student with maybe already have some experience within industry, there are lots of things that you can be doing throughout the year to be using Gradcracker to make sure that you're staying up to date with the opportunities and the employers, and really making sure that you're not missing out on anything. So, just to kick things off, just do a quick introduction. So my name is Jess. I am Marketing Director here at Gradcracker. I've worked at Gradcracker for many, many years. So hopefully we'll leave time at the end of the session and we'll do a Q&A. So if anyone does have any questions or comments or concerns or worries or anything, we can answer those at the end. We do have the chat feature. So if anyone wants to put anything in the chat throughout the session, more than happy for you to do that as well, and then we can answer those at the end. Also, if you want to get Gradcracker open in the background, more than happy for you to do that as well, and you can kind of listen to me and have an explore throughout the site as well whilst I'm kind of showing you some areas. More than happy for you to do that as well, because then you can maybe make it a bit more personalised to you and your interests, so we can do that as well. But the plan is for the next 40 minutes or so, we're going to share screen. And like I said, I'm going to show you some areas of the Gradcracker website. Before we do that, I do want to remind you all, we actually have some really important deadlines coming up. So I'm really, really pleased that Lindsay has organised this session today, because we've got some really imminent deadlines coming up on Gradcracker. So what you'll start to see now throughout this kind of time, so of the winter into the spring, this time of the academic year, you're going to see employers starting to close out their placement and graduate opportunities. So on Gradcracker, we actually have what we call internally as deadline day. So that's the 31st of January. So in a few days' time, you're going to see lots of employers starting to close out their opportunities. And if you are thinking about putting an application out there, whether it be for a placement opportunity or a graduate role, I can't stress enough, this is definitely the time to start thinking about the next steps of your career. Don't leave it any later, because what I don't want you to do is to miss out the chance of getting an application into an employer that you would be absolutely perfect for. So this is the time. Like I said, I'm going to show you lots of things you can be doing on Gradcracker to get organised. So we'll get the session started, shall we? So I'll screen share. Like I say, I'll show you the Gradcracker website. If you want to get Gradcracker opened in the background, as I've mentioned, you're more than welcome to do that. Okay, so welcome to Gradcracker. So Gradcracker is the UK's careers website for STEM students. So STEM standing for science, technology, engineering and maths. So as you can see, when you instantly come onto the homepage of Gradcracker, we have over 400 live employers. So this means we've got lots of different types of employers on Gradcracker. So we've got the big names, so the household names, which you will have heard of before. So whether it be, say, Jaguar Land Rover, Rolls-Royce, whether it be Shell, whether it be, BAE Systems, whoever it may be. So companies you probably will have heard of before, through to what we call SMEs, which does stand for, small to medium enterprises. So companies which could be really quite big within the industry that they work in, but you might not be aware that they recruit students like yourself and have opportunities that you could be applying to. Also within that list of 405, we've got even startup companies, really small companies that could even have, say, only 10 people in the business. So lots of things to start thinking about already. Do you want to work for a large company, or do you want to work for a smaller company? Do you want to be a big fish in a small pond, as the saying goes, or vice versa? So yeah, definitely have a look at the different types of employers and opportunities that you can find within that list. And then we've got the placements on Gradcracker. So we've got lots of different types of placements on the site. So we've got placement opportunities that are open to first year students, students that are doing a master's or PhD qualification, right the way through to your graduate roles as well. So basically what I'm saying to you, no matter what year you are in, you can be using Gradcracker to find opportunities that are relevant to you. Now, because there are so many employers and so many opportunities, The first thing I would definitely recommend you all to do when using Gradcracker, and that's to actually activate your student dashboard. So by activating your dashboard, we've given you features within this dashboard that's going to help you to get organized. So you don't actually have to activate your dashboard or register on Gradcracker to use the site. You can see all of our employees and all of our opportunities without being registered. But this area really is going to give you kind of a personalized experience when you're using the site. And like I say, it's going to give you access to these key features. So what I did before this webinar, I actually created an account on Gradcracker as if I was a student at your university, and I started to kind of create a bit of an area and kind of start to use these tools so I can really show off these features to you and show you how you can use them when you do start your job hunting journey on the site. So first of all, we've got the follow feature. So basically what you can do here is you can follow companies on Gradcracker, and I'll show you how to do this a little bit later on, but you can follow companies, and basically what you can then do is we can then alert you about any new opportunities that they have, and also any imminent deadlines that they've got as well. So you can set up these alerts, and then we can keep you up to date with those employers and any new opportunities that they have, but also any key deadlines that they've got as well. And then we've got the shortlist feature. So again, I'll show you this in a little bit more detail a little bit later on, but this is perfect to use this feature when you do start to apply to opportunities, because we've got lots of features within this area, again, that can keep you up to date and make sure that you don't forget, what you've been applying to, and you can keep on top of where you're at in the application process as well. And then last but not least is we've got the Gradcracker webinars. So for some of you, the Gradcracker webinars could be a really good place to start. So typically every Thursday, 2 till 3, we will run a live webinar with one of our employers. So next week, we're going to be speaking to Atkins. So for some of you that don't know, Atkins are one of the biggest engineering consultancies in the UK. They recruit lots of students each year. And basically, we're going to be hearing from Atkins about what life is like at that company. We're going to be finding out from the recruiter. We're going to be hearing from current grads and current interns on what life is like at that company. And like I said, lots of different sessions coming up in the next couple of weeks as well. So definitely, if I was a student, if I'm interested in project management, or I'm interested in, engineering, consultancies, Atkins is definitely one I'd be coming along to. And like I say, it's a really good way for you to get an exclusive insight into what that company is all about, and to hear directly from the person that you're going to be applying to. So yeah, Thursday, the 1st of February, please do come along to our session with Atkins. Like I say, we've got lots of other sessions as well. So once you've registered on Gradcracker, like I say, these are the kind of things that you can now start to get involved in. And also, once you've activated your dashboard, you'll also then see that the homepage is then slightly personalised towards the degree discipline which you're studying. So before this session, I registered on Gradcracker from a maths and business discipline. These are the different headings that you can register under on Gradcracker. So whether it be aerospace, civil building, computing, electrical, maths, business, mechanical science, and many, many more. So these are the different disciplines, like I said, that you can register under. Okay, so just to stay on the homepage then, we've talked a lot about the webinars already. So then you now will have exclusive access to these sessions. You can then come along to these sessions every Thursday. You can then also see our 60-second update video. So this is my lovely colleague, Georgia. And what she does every day is a new video, and this new video will keep you up to date with the latest things on Gradcracker that you can be applying to, and also the latest opportunity, as you can see here on the right hand side as well. And then we've got the what's cracking section. So definitely keep an eye on this area because it updates every week. But like I say, lots of employers now are trying to grab your attention. So lots of employers are coming to the end of their recruitment kind of campaign, and lots of employers are wanting to grab your attention before they close. So the most important thing I can stress to you all, it's all about keeping an open mind when you're using Gradcracker, because again, there are so many different employers, for TPP to add the RAF to PwC, Tetra Tech. Again, 4 different companies that work across 4 completely different industries are all trying to grab your attention. So it's all about giving yourself time to really make sure that you're understanding finding the roles and the opportunities they have, but also the industry that they work in, and if they're the right employer for you. So ultimately, that's a decision you need to start to think about. For some of you that maybe are already aware of the different industries that you can be working in, the different employers that work within those industry sectors, you might want to have a look at the sector A to Z. So what we've done here, we've grouped all of our employers on Gradcracker by the different industry that they work in. So again, for some of you, this could be a really good place to start and really start to explore, again, those industries of interest, but also those employers that work within those industries as well. So do explore this area, because like I say, it's a really great way for you to keep an open mind and come across employers that you might not have considered before. Okay, so we'll jump into the search then, and we'll start to have a look at some opportunities that you might be interested in. So I know some of you are from kind of a project management background. I know some of you might be from different disciplines. The process will be very, very similar. So it doesn't matter for the sake of this presentation if I do say select project management. If you are, say, from a civil, construction or aerospace, a mechanical background, whatever it may be, again, the process will be exactly the same. So if you do want to get Gradcracker open and follow me through the process, you're more than welcome to do that as well. Okay, so I've selected maths business. As you can see there, you can see then the different disciplines with under that heading. We'll then select project management. And then we'll start to drill down in some opportunities that you might be interested in. So underneath that, you've then got the graduate jobs. So I think a lot of you are looking for graduate jobs today, but I will show you the placement opportunities as well. So there you can then see open to first year students. So just for the sake of the recording, again, I'll just reiterate that if there are any students in their first year thinking about getting some work experience, you can definitely find those positions on Gradcracker. Or if you're, say, a second year student looking to get a year in industry or a summer placement, you can find those positions on Gradcracker as well. But for all of you, we've even got the insight events. So the insight events is quite a relatively new feature on Gradcracker in the grand scheme of it all. We probably added this since the COVID pandemic. That what we've seen here at Gradcracker, that quite a lot of our employers are offering kind of short-term experiences. So they could be opportunities that you can gain and experience you can gain while studying at university, and as well as applying to their kind of placement and graduate roles. So have a look at these positions. Again, it looks fantastic on your CV to gain this kind of experience whilst at university, and even as a final year student, you can be looking at these positions as well. So have a look at those insight events. Okay, we'll keep it graduate jobs for now, and then we'll start to have a look at the other areas you can drill down to. So we've got employer. So if there is a particular employer that you know you're interested in on Gradcracker, you can then also search by that employer. Again, I would definitely encourage you all to keep an open mind and, explore all employers and all opportunities, because you never know where your degree can take you. And then also region and city. So what we've seen, again, especially since the pandemic, I think we thought that lots of employers would automatically offer remote positions. But what we are seeing more than ever before, that employers are offering hybrid types of graduate roles. So what that means is they're either encouraging you to still be in the office, say Monday to Friday full time, or it might be a couple of days a week you can work remotely at home. So again, do bear that in mind. If you can be flexible on location, I would definitely encourage you to do that. And if you can, search, say out of the Scotland area, search across the UK, definitely do that again, because it just means you're going to come across more opportunities as well. So if you can, almost don't even search by location. Then we've got the keyword search. So perfect if there is a particular area of interest that you can't see relevant above, use the keyword search and that'll pull through any relevant opportunities as well. Okay, at the beginning of the session, I talked a lot about deadlines, and these deadlines that are starting to loom now over the next few days. So something I'm saying to a lot of students at the moment is make sure that you are playing around with the different ways that you can order your results on Gradcracker, because like I say, we've got lots of employers with those imminent deadlines that you can be applying to. So yesterday we did actually a fantastic webinar with Experian, and we were talking to Amy, the recruiter there, about their opportunities. Again, again, a lot of students here today listening to this session could be applying to these roles, but they close their particular software engineering role tomorrow. So you need to be getting your applications in sooner rather than later. So yeah, lots of employers with those deadlines coming over the next few days. So make sure you're prioritising those positions so you're not missing out. Okay, we'll keep it discipline relevance then for now. Okay, so once then you come across an employer and an opportunity that you're interested in, typically you're going to actually click on the job description itself, and you're going to find out more about that employer. But again, don't be too led by job title. So yes, this particular opportunity says project managers within their job title, but again, make sure you're considering all employers, all opportunities. If it's in your search, it basically means that you can be applying to it. So again, keep an open mind when you are going through the search and look at all opportunities. Okay, so once then you find an employer and an opportunity that you're interested in, typically you are going to click on that opportunity and find out more. But for the sake of the presentation, I'm actually going to click on the company logo because it takes you nicely into their hub homepage. And what I really want to talk to you next is the importance of doing your research. So when we're speaking to our employers and, when we're doing these Gradcracker webinars and, hopefully you all do start to attend these sessions, you're going to start to understand a lot of these employers are looking for students that have done their research, and students that have done their research, they're the ones where their applications stand out. So what we've done here at Gradcracker, we have given all of our employers that advertise with us what we call a company hub. So this is Leonardo. I've picked this employer at random. Again, it might be an employer in an industry you might not have considered before. But Leonardo have this company hub to really show off to you exactly what they do. And within this area, you can find out the kind of people they recruit, the working environment, and ultimately for you to decide if this is the right organisation for you to apply to. So I would definitely recommend before you go anywhere near applying is to really find out what that company does. And like I say, if this is the right organisation for you. So I would watch the videos. I would read the employee profiles. I would make sure that I'm really excited about this organisation before I go anywhere near applying, because when you've done your research and when you are genuinely excited to put an application into that employer, it's definitely going to come through in the application. And also it means then you can show off that you've done your research, you've got an idea of obviously what the company does, and you can really start to show off about the projects and their interests and the work culture and everything that the employees like kind of striving towards, that you're really interested in terms of pulling in the same direction as well. So go through, like I say, every single page and really get a good understanding of what that company does and the opportunities that they have. Once you come across an employer on Gradcracker, make sure you hit the follow button if you are really excited. So I'm actually already following Leonardo, annoyingly. I shouldn't have maybe picked this employer. I should have maybe picked an employer that I haven't followed already. But once you do find an employer on Gradcracker you like, you'll always see the follow button here within their company hub. And it'll just say follow. And once you hit that button, you'll then get a pop-up and it'll say, right, what do you want to be alerted about? Do you want to be alerted about their placement opportunities, their graduate roles, or their degree apprenticeship opportunities? So it's a great way then for you to personalize the alerts that you're going to get from Gradcracker and to make sure that we're going to alert you about opportunities that are relevant to you. So again, that's a feature that you get once you've activated your dashboard. So make sure that you do that, because again, it's a really good way to stay up to date. There's no point coming across an employee you like and you're interested in and then forgetting to apply to them in the future. Okay, so then once you find the employer that you like, you're excited, you think, yes, I'm ready to apply, we're going to have then a look at the job description. I'm going to find out more typical of what a job description looks like and how you can really use the job description to make sure that you put in a really well-tailored application process in. Okay, so this is the job description. Again, a couple of things to highlight here before you rush off to apply. So Every single employer on Gradcracker, as I've mentioned, gets a company hub, but the company hubs are all laid out in a very similar format. So, for example, I've mentioned the follow button. You're always going to see that on the right-hand side here. Opportunity overview, you're always going to see that here, and then the job description on the left-hand side. So, again, a couple of things to highlight. So, deadline. So this particular employer has specified an ongoing deadline here. So it basically means they're going to keep the opportunity open until they've had a sufficient amount of applications. That could be tomorrow, it could be next week, it could be in 2 months' time. So if you do come across an employer and an opportunity you like, and the deadline is ongoing, don't sit on it and think that you've got plenty of time to put an application in. If you see it, you like it, get your applications in good time. Sometimes it might specify deadline there as well. So, it could say the 31st of January. Don't leave it until that day to put your application in, because we've seen it already this year. Sometimes employees will close out a bit earlier than they originally advertised. So again, if you see it, you like it, get your applications in. Hiring multiple candidates, that basically means that this employer is going to hire multiple people for this one position. So again, it's just showing you that it will be competitive. So you want to make sure you put your best application out there, but also it's quite nice to know that you will be starting that organisation, and you'll be starting that organisation with multiple other graduates that are in a similar situation to yourself. Okay, then we've got salary. So something I want to stress as well, especially with things, the cost of living crisis, how hard it is, to kind of relocate and get an opportunity that is going to, pay the right amount for you as a skilled graduate. Every single opportunity on Gradcracker is paid. We don't actually advertise any unpaid positions on the website. So this particular employer has specified a salary, which is absolutely fantastic. And also they're saying they've got that particular salary plus benefits as well. So plus benefits could mean things like private healthcare, bonus packages, flexible working. It could be relocation packages. It could be multiple things. And we will let you know that information within the job description as well. Also, something I want to highlight as well is grade. Now, it's becoming more and more popular now that lots of employers will accept all grades for their degree opportunities, so the graduate opportunities. But some particular employers might specify a certain degree and a certain qualification. So again, just bear that in mind before you rush off to apply. So some employers even might specify you need to have a master's or PhD opportunity, qualification, or sometimes the employer might specify a grade. So this particular employer has specified you've got to be on track to receive a 2-1 or above, or hopefully you've achieved that already if you have recently graduated. So again, just bear that in mind before you rush off to put an application in. You want to make sure you're hitting that criteria. Because again, there's no point you rushing off, putting an application in, and then getting instantly rejected because you haven't got the right qualification. And then location. So I couldn't have picked an opportunity that's further away than yourselves, based in Yeovil, Somerset. But again, it's all about the idea of, if you can, being flexible with location. Some of these employers are massive and will have locations and offices across the UK. So again, bear that in mind. If it's a large company or a small company that might ask you to actually work within their offices at that one office location. So just bear that in mind. Okay, so now I want to cast your eyes to the left-hand side. So this is what we call the job description. So I always say to students, the most important bit of information that you're going to get from the employer at this early stage of the application process. So yes, you need to read the job description, but you need to reread it again and reread it again to make sure that you're really understanding exactly what that employer is asking for, and in terms of what they're asking for you to be doing within the job, and to make sure, again, it's an opportunity you are genuinely excited about, but also to make sure that you're meeting their requirements and making sure that you are then using those requirements to kind of show off when it comes to putting an application together. So within the job description, you're going to find out lots of information in terms of the kind of person that they're looking for, in terms of the technical skills and what they're expecting, but also you're going to start to see as well the kind of soft skills that they're looking for. So the kind of person that they're looking for, so looking for, say, good communicators, good team players, good problem solvers. So this is where you need to start to learn how to decipher the job description to make sure, right, I can really show off that, yes, I can meet their requirements technically, and I've got the right kind of technical knowledge, but also I've got those soft skills that I can really show off as well, that I've got, that I'm going to meet those requirements. So when you are going through the job descriptions, this is a perfect example here. Perfect here. So you're going to be working as part of a multidisciplined integrated project team. So if I was you, I would start to think about, okay, what situations have I been in that can prove to this employer that I know how to handle these situations? So I can work as part of a team. And what situations have you been in, as part of your degree? Or it could be an external experience. So if you're part of, say, a society or a sports team or whatever it may be, that can prove to this employer that I've got those skills and those qualities that they're looking for. So lots of careers advisors, and I definitely recommend it myself, and even the recruiters do it with the employers, talk about the STAR method. So that stands for situation, task, action, result. So think about a situation that you have been in that can prove to the employer that you're a good team player. What was the task? What was the action? And what was the result? And that's going to be a really good way for you start to think about and really start to show off to the employers, yes, I'm a good team player, and this was the situation, this was the task, and this was the action, this was the result. So think about that and start to use these job descriptions almost as a checklist and think, right, I can really almost tick off all of these qualifications and all these requirements, and I can prove that I am their ideal candidate. And ultimately, that's what's going to make you a successful candidate. So yes, once you've found an opportunity you like I said, don't just rush off and fire off an application. Really do make sure you really understand, you can really prove that you've got those skills and qualities. And it means then you've got to be more excited about the role because you're putting that effort in and it's really going to come through in the application. Okay, so when you then think you're ready, you've got everything you need, you kind of dotted the I's and you've crossed the T's, and you'll be then ready to apply. So typically it's going to be an online application where you'll click from Gradcracker to the employer's website where you'll start the application process with them. But before you do that, my next big top tip to you all would be to make sure that you're saving the opportunities that you're applying to your shortlist. So by saving the opportunity to your shortlist, it basically means that you can always refer back to that job description. And it means that you can then mark off where you're at in the application process. So the reality is that you're going to be applying to multiple positions. You're going to be applying to multiple roles, and multiple employers are going to be coming back to you at different times now throughout the next few months. So what you don't want to do is then get a bit confused with what you're applying to, apply to an opportunity, then lose the job description because the deadline has passed and get yourselves in a bit of a mess. So this area is going to really help you to stay organized. So this has now taken me back to my dashboard. Again, that's the area you get once you're registered. Excuse me. And now I'm sat within my shortlist area. So I've saved the opportunity to my shortlist. I can then tick off that I've marked, that I've applied to that particular opportunity now. I can make my application notes. So earlier we were talking about the STAR method and being a good team player. So you might then think, right, okay, I'll make that, what kind of things did I mention in the application? So when I do move on to, say, the next stage, which could be, say, a telephone interview, when you do get that telephone call from that employer, you think, yes, I can answer the phone confidently. I know exactly what I'm going to talk about. I can then go into the next stage as confident as possible. And again, it's just all about getting organised. The more you get organised, ultimately the easier the process is going to become, because you're going to become less stressed, you'll be less anxious, and then you can then, like I say, go into the next stage of the application process as confidently as possible. So talking about the next stages of the application process leads me nicely onto the Gradcracker Career Centre. So the Gradcracker Career Centre is an area that we've created in Gradcracker that's going to help you through every single stage of the application process. And what we've done within this section, we've given you an exclusive insight into what these employers are looking for in a successful candidate and how you can really nail the job interview and how you can go into each stage as confidently as possible. So within the Gradcracker Career Centre, we've got the Gradcracker webinars, which we've spoke a lot about already. So again, the session that we've got coming up with Atkins, where you can hear directly from the recruiter and hear from recent grads and recent undergrads about their experiences. So a really good way for you to hear, directly from the employer. But also we've got things like the Gradcracker Toolkit, So the Gradcracker Toolkit is actually a physical booklet which we produce every year, and you can actually pick these copies up. So I'll show you this a little bit later on once I've finished screen sharing. But these booklets are really, really good tool for you all to pick up. And then we've got the Gradcracker Career Coach. So what we've done here is we've given you like a step-by-step guide of what you should be doing and when you should be doing it. But I can't stress enough, this is also, you should be using the Gradcracker, sorry, not the Gradcracker, the career service at your university. So if I was a student like you, I'd be using Gradcracker in parallel with the career service at your university, and I'd be booking in for a one-to-one. I'd be getting my CV checked. I'd be asking the career service to do, mock interviews with me. I'd be like practicing telephone interviews, situational judgment tests, whatever the next stage of the application might be with that employer. So again, you can go into that situation as confidently as possible. But definitely have a look at this area, because what we've done, like I say, is giving you a step-by-step guide. So for example, a minute ago, I mentioned about psychometric tests and situational judgment tests. And so for some of you, you might never have gone through that experience before. You might not even know what I'm talking about. So these are online tests that some employers ask you to do as part of their application process. So we want to make sure, as Gradcracker, as the career service at your university, that you can go into these situations as confidently as possible, so you can almost nail that interview and you can land that job. So have a look at this area on Gradcracker. Really make sure that you are, becoming as confident as you can in these situations, and have a look at what our employees are saying as well. We've got another little booklet in here called the How to Become a Cracking Candidate booklet, which again is a really good guide. It's just kind of a step-by-step guide of what you should be doing, when you should be doing it, and how you should do it. And we've got lots of hints and tips from our employers as well. So yeah, an absolute no-brainer. So have a look at that area if you can. Okay, the last thing I want to talk to you all about quickly is the work that we do with student STEM societies. So when I'm speaking to our employers, when I'm speaking to students like yourself, something that students are quite nervous about is the experience. And sometimes students feel a bit anxious when they're putting an application together because they're worried that they don't have, a CV full of relevant work experience. Now, our employers on Gradcracker know that you're not going to have a CV full of relevant work experience. You're at such an early stage of your career that you're not going to have experience necessarily within industry, and you might not have, like I said, all that experience sat on your CV. So a lot of our employers are saying to students like yourself, what they want to hear about at this early stage of your career really is your passions, your interests, and your motivations. So what we've done, we've actually given students that are part of a society a free space on Gradcracker, very similar to what our employers pay for, but the society gets the area for free. And the idea is that they can have this area to gain what we call new members, and to gain what we call employer likes. So at the moment, unfortunately, we don't actually have any societies from your university set up on Gradcracker, but for the sake of the recording, for anyone that's here live today, if you do want to get your society set up, then please do let me know. But I'll show you some of the society hubs that we have on Gradcracker. So for example, as you can see here, lots of different societies. Let me pick one out at random. I'll show you the St Andrews one. So this is the St Andrews Computing Society. So as you can see, very similar to the space that Leonardo get, but this particular society and all the societies on Gradcracker get this area for free, so they can show off their society to gain new members, but also they can gain what we call employer likes. So what our employers can do, very similar how I've just shown you with Leonardo, you can hit that follow button and you can set those alerts up about that company. We've reversed the roles. So what our employers can do is that they can like your society hub. And pretty much that's an invite from the employer to say, wow, your society looks fantastic. We want to receive applications from students like you, because if you're part of this society, it's proving that you're a really good team player. you're proactive about doing things outside of the curriculum. It shows as well you're obviously a good time management, timekeeper, in terms of doing a full-time degree as well as doing events as with the society and getting involved in extracurricular activities. So it proves to the employer a lot of those key skills that they're looking for, as we saw within the job description. So get involved in extracurricular activities. Like I say, it looks fantastic on your CV. It really gives you something to talk about. And once you've got your society set up, and if there isn't a society, speak to the student union at your university and get a society set up, and you can have this space. And how fantastic would it be for employers to proactively be coming to you saying, we want to receive applications from students like yourself, and really kind of reverse those roles. And imagine being part of a society where you can then proactively go through all of these employers and think, right, what does this employer do? Is this the employer I'm excited about? Do I want to apply to that organisation? So absolutely get involved if you can, and have a look at the student unions page. At your university, there'll be lots of societies there that you can join, and like I say, a society as well that you can even set up if it isn't live at the moment. And like I say, it looks fantastic on your CV. Okay, I'll stop screen sharing because I've talked for lots of time already. I've taken up lots of your time, and I want to kind of come back to you guys for questions and answers and things. But last thing I just want to show you is the booklet that we produce. I don't know if you saw this when we were screen sharing earlier, but this is the Gradcracker Toolkit booklet. Now, it's absolutely free for you to pick up. Lindsay should have some copies with her already. If you do need any more, Lindsay, just let me know. But these are a really useful guide. So there's over 60 employers here in this guide talking about the different industries that they're involved in and what they do. And again, a majority of these employers will all recruit from your degree discipline. So definitely pick up a copy. The front half of the booklet is really quite useful as well. It's a bit of a how to do and what you should be doing and when you should be doing it. So definitely have a look at this if you can. Okay, I'll hand back to Lindsay and hand back to yourselves to see if anyone's got any questions. It doesn't look like anyone's put anything in the chat at the moment. So if anyone does want to ask anything, please do ask away. Oh, fab, we've got a question in. It says, hi, Jessica. If you're a master's student who